I have to post one at a time until the other one get available.
Okay. So we live.
Yeah, I'm in Bible study.
Mm.
So I had to leave Mike low for him to know. Oh, I'm still here. My video is off anyway, but
Okay.
he could hear my voice talking somewhere else. What's his problem? I turn off because I need my iPad to share on the love prayer, man Warren.
Okay. Mm.
Today we had an awesome show. Today's show was out of the works.
Mm.
I hope that John is gonna come on tonight because we close in exactly at 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have to close off exactly at 10.
Okay.
We got two complaints that today about we're going off too late. So
Okay.
9:30 we slow it down, quarter to 10, and then 10 to 10 we just kind of conclude and then off. So please remind me or help me to remember that we're closing off at 10.
Okay, sure.
If we don't do that, what's going to happen when the winter comes? We run into problems because for us, at 10 o'clock is your
It's my
in,
11.
yeah, in winter time.
Yes.
Even though we keep that time as 10, we cannot change our time back to close at 10. So if we start at 8, which is going to be your 9,
Mm-hmm.
then
Correct.
then if we do an hour in the winter time, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to talk to my boss about that. I'm just throwing it out in the air so we can bring down the time for the rest of those guys who wants to come on. In the winter time, this is it's late. It's this. So I'm trying to do everything so I can get them back on. They
You're
still
right.
coming and they're still complaining. And they go to work and the work say you have to work an extra hour. They stay.
I
So
know.
we're coming to the things of God. It's all about money, money, money. But if you realize it's for your sake, it's for your life, then you look at things different because he didn't have to do it. He didn't
Yep.
charge us for anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's just that it's really, I don't know why I'm so short over here and I'm tall here. Oh, we both short here. I can't even see my chin. I'm seeing the shape of my chest here, but over there they just have to bring the camera, the system.
Hmm.
Let so we can turn on. I know Veronica is not well. I tried calling her today, but unfortunately, I was not able to get through with her. But they were all out. We had Elaine out today. We had Doris out, but they were on that side. So we were talking about, sometimes I go into topics that are not supposed to go into, telling people about the alcohol and the different type of wine there is out there.
Oh my gosh.
Not for Doris to make me look pretty today. So Doris came on and Doris was talking about a different type of wine. So we find out now we have 6 type of wine in Grenada that people make, and then we have other type of wine. So after the 6, then Elaine came. She says we have um, golden apple wine, something wine, and another wine.
All our local fruits, we make wine with all our local fruits.
Well,
As a
what?
matter, as a matter of fact, for my birthday, I got a bottle of wine, and this is from somebody who is making wines and even exported some in recent times to England. made out of a hibiscus flower. What? It tastes good. It has a nice, it didn't get me drunk. So I sued it. No, I said it didn't.
You drink
I
wine?
got it for my birthday. Yes. I put it on the fridge and I had just a little tip every now and then, now and then, now and then. I do drink wine.
I have never put wine in my mouth.
Oh my God. So you
Bible
have never
says
tasted alcohol. Huh?
strong drinks are raging. The Bible says strong drinks are raging, and it says be soberly minded.
Right. But at home and I'm just taking a little sip of wine.
I wonder if they can
So I'm not out there.
fix my thing, because I don't like, I'm pulling everything down that I can find, and I'm still seeing just the under my lip. This is like, really? Could we
You mean
kind of?
on okay, let me see what I'm seeing on here. I lost it. I was trying to share with someone. Yeah. Yeah, we just
Properly? It
it's
bothers,
it's just there,
yeah, it bothers my everything. Like everything must go good
yeah.
when I'm doing something, because it's just right at the nape of my lip. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. It's a little bit better now.
Yeah, it's a little better now, but it could have come up some more, because look how tall I'm standing here. Okay. Oh well. I think the problem is me and not just.
No, but for me too, it's the same thing. I'm seeing just that little bit.
Yeah, you see now gone back down. So I think it's the system that's doing that. It's kind of falling. I have a slow drop.
Okay. Yeah.
So
So
anyway,
mm,
so we get to know that there is red wine, something wine.
no, so we have to have a lesson in wines now, Tex. Didn't think we had to go there, but
She said dry wine.
sweet wine,
That slim wine,
semi sweet.
semi-sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and a lot of things.
I actually went to a winery was it in Georgia? So we were on a business trip and we went to dinner at this place. They have a restaurant, but they also have a vineyard, and they have the area where they set all the wines. And so we got to taste different
Will be
wines.
in soon, which is so pub. You taste wine?
We got to taste the different wines, and it told you put it and how to shake it and how to get the yeah.
Won't you get drunk?
No, just a little sip, just to taste what is sweet, what is dry, what is semi-sweet.
My
I had the
fear,
opportunity to taste a lot of French wines too, different ones.
my fear is I'm so loud here, right? Could you imagine me get intoxicated? They would have me on spinning. That'd be a good
Yeah,
thing.
and you just keep laughing and talking louder and louder.
I mean, just eating a small piece of chocolate, I speak so loud. And then I have to put my hands in my ears because it hurts because I speak too loud. I have to keep fanning my face to see if I can come down. So could you imagine me drinking wine? I'll be a loose cannon.
Oh my goodness. I mean, you don't go out there and drink and to get intoxicated, but just get a taste of different things.
Because both on my father's side and on my mother's side, they drink. And that's something I detest as a child. I wouldn't even try it, even though it have to save my life. Any
Mm,
medication that have any form of alcohol, it doesn't matter how sick I am, I'm not taking it.
okay.
I would live with the pain. I'm not taking it. You got to hold me down and give me a needle. But other than that,
Okay. Yeah,
mm-mm.
man.
So that's my fear. My fear is that because one time, my husband baked cake, and I didn't know that it
Mm.
had alcohol.
Mm.
So I took piece, and it tastes really, really, really good. I go back and taste another one. It tastes really, really good. I said, okay. The third one, I said, "Wee papa." Instead of coming home to text lines or Susan, we. And then I said, I don't know what it had. And then he says, Hector,
Be-
you have alcohol. You're not supposed. And that was the first time, and I would never do that again.
the last thing. Some
Mm,
some 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 people say no, I did not drink the alcohol. I only ate it. It's in the cake.
mm.
But normally when you're making like black cake and so you soak it with wine,
But it's
right? But some people also add the alcohol to it, the rum and stuff. So it's stronger.
mm, mm.
That you see, you should have eaten one slice and stopped, but you went on and on.
I didn't know though. I didn't know if he had alcohol in it.
It
So I
is good.
tasted it tastes really good. So I went back and I went back and how come I didn't eat no chocolate but I'm so loud? So I said, okay, I'm gonna lie down and drink a lot of water to see if the sweetness is what affected me. But I find yeah, yesterday I bought a packet of um not a pie, not an apple pie, but apple rolls.
Mm-hmm.
I had about six. So I
Sweet.
decided I'm gonna eat two and I'm gonna not eat it. I'm just gonna bypass the rest. I got up last night, I'm eating this morning when I get up, I find, oh, I'm not feeling too straight. I washed my glasses. I said, I don't know why my head not feeling straight on my shoulders. Then I realized is the thing is the sweet stuff. So I went and get some salt with my two finger and get salt and start to go back and forth on my tongue to
Yeah.
yeah to offset whatever I take. Probably is the sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So
I never knew that.
when you for me when I eat too much sweets and it does something into my head. It makes me feel very, very strange. So what I do, just wet my two fingers. Yeah, my father often say, you don't know if you're poison, you don't know if it's food poison, get a salt. So you wet your two finger and you get as much salt that you can get. And you go as deep in your throat as you can
Okay.
4 times. And then after you just go, you wash your mouth out and it's gone. Whatever it is there, it's gone. Because
Okay.
remove the salt, remove whatsoever it is that's sitting on the pallets.
Okay.
Mm.
That's not about that one.
Yeah, it's
See,
kind
we
of nice.
learn every day. Every single day we learn something new.
Yeah, it's something else. So,
So apart from wines, what else y'all discussed?
oh, then we discussed, oh, I met this guy today, but I still cannot say it on the air because it's
Okay.
so private. And he had his wife got pregnant after they couldn't get I'm pregnant for 2 years.
Mm.
Got pregnant because when he married, he was a virgin, but she was not.
Mm. Okay.
And then he came in the store, and I kind of sent something. So I says, "Oh my God!" He said hi to the guy, so the guy knew his name. So I says, "Oh my gosh, could you imagine that he come in here and I called him by name, and he didn't even say hi to me." Now I'm sad, so I kind of make that kind of gesture, and he stood up and he watched me. He says, "Nobody say hi to me. Like, don't people don't approach me in that way." So I continue to talk with him. Very interesting. Oh,
Yeah.
so so then I began to talk to him, and he was a Christian.
Amen.
And then he's not a Christian anymore because he had triplets, and the triplets was for the own.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of, he says, I'm a backslider.
Mm-hmm.
Smells, oh, he smells alcohol, cigarette, alcohol. So he's dousing himself just to help himself come aboard. So I'm gonna type that when I say so the world would not hear.
Yeah, no.
And then we're gonna call the person Peter. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that's the person.
Okay. Sorry. Wow.
So Peter impregnates his wife, and he did not know. And when I hug him, all he just break down and he started to say, three, three, 3 years, 3 years. I mean, sometimes when you see people drinking alcohol on the side of the street, when you
You
see
never
they
know.
taking cigarettes after cigarettes, don't judge them. Just walk
Never know. Yeah.
alongside of them and offer them a hug, Because when he said after that, nobody never touched me, nobody never hugged me, it's like the whole CH was not talking to me. They blame me because that person did it, and I say I was that person. So they went to do the DNA, and surely was Peter own. Come on, man, all three, not even one on a piece. So it's a what do you say? It's a hush hush situation, and they are like still renting, but he has to leave. That would have been on CNN. I don't like to tell you that would have been. I would have called CNN and let them know this is what I'm going through. Sometimes you can't really see
Oh
any.
my God. But sometimes, like you say, people go through issues, it might pass and say good morning, and that person didn't answer you, and you might figure, it's what they're playing in. You never know what that person is going through at the
Mhm,
time. You know what I mean?
mhm.
It was so funny. I was supervising, you know, um, I'm in a supervision role. I don't want to see what it is online a few days ago. And one of the persons like, okay, so at 1 o'clock we need to start. And so 1 o'clock, yes, we started. And 2 minutes after the position I was standing, I found I was seeing a computer that's not the screen I should be seeing, you know what I mean? That's the opening screen that should be gone. And the person was just there staring in space. So I went over and I said, it's open. I was like, wow, what was going on in that head for that 2 minutes? You know what I mean? I remember you have timeline in those things, you know what I mean? I was like, what is going through that person's head in those 2 minutes?
Is that
Everybody else working, and that person just like staring. I just noted that the computer was not where it should have been. You know what I mean? If we started, because you have a time, you know what I mean? Limited time to get this done.
but
So I went over and I said, huh?
is that adult or child?
Child, teenager.
Yikes.
You never know, you never know, you never know. Yeah.
At work though?
Huh?
At work?
At work? No, not at work, not work. I said it was that supervision role. You knew what I was doing over the last few weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So it's just saying it's like, okay, begin. And it's like everybody's working. But I said, no computer, nothing. You know what I mean? So I walked over there and said, we opened and like the person jumped, So I'm saying in those 2 minutes, 2 minutes could be a long time depending on what you're doing, right? I mean, we just sit on idle, 2 minutes will just go by and even think about it. But when you have a time crunch, 2 minutes is a lot, you know what I mean? How much you can get done in 2 minutes? So I walked over there at that point and said, we open.
People are hurting in a man. People is hurting. There's a lot of people out there that is so hurting, especially men. You know, when a woman hurt, she talks. You can't shut us up because we hurting and we want the world to know that we hurting. But when a man is hurting, like there is so much out there and for men. And you talk to them and they'll tell you, oh, in Canada here there is not much for us. But there is more help here for men than ladies, But just to say the men is not taking advantage of it.
Mm.
First, first thing like a man look at, oh my God, if I tell them, they're gonna see me weak.
Yeah, generally, yeah.
I mean, I'm
Ego
the man
thing.
and I'm saying that this is a problem. Oh, my wife is beating me. Oh, my wife is treating me that way. And they're gonna laugh at him. So where do they go though? Men has been abused from childhood. You know that.
Yeah.
Most young girls, they besides sexual abuse and whatever, most of them start at 15, 16 or 20, 25. But most men start very young. If they fall, oh, go outside and play. Why are you crying, man? You're a man. You're a man. Just muster it
Exactly.
up. Just show me your muscles. And they're doing all this kind of thing. What they're doing, they're numbing them from small. So they come broken now into a marriage, and you're wondering. So you're so confused as a woman. You say, well, could you get a cup, the pink cup or the orange cup? Some men they stand up there and they ask you, where? It's in front of you. What do you mean it's in front of me? Well, you think I'm blind? I'm standing here. Well, if you kind of lower your gaze, it's right there. And you wonder, and then they do some strange things, and you wonder, why are they doing this? It's because they're hurting. Most men that is sexually abused as children, they never talk about it until something happened to their own kids, and then you hear they say, well, I've been abused too. Men seldom talk about it. A woman will come out and and we will talk and we would let and the world know, don't go here because this happened here. Don't say this because this can happen. But with a man, he just eat himself and he get to the age of what, 50 or 40 something, and he just gone it. He's just gone. Just any woman that he see, and he's into pornography, he's into every and anything. And then why are you into this? How can we help you? They seldom want to talk. They will leave their wife home and talk to a woman outside that can pacify their lies and the different stories. But you have somebody home that is caring for you, that is willing to listen you out, and then you switch the script without even saying to them, I was abused at 4, 5, 6 years old.
Right. But that is so very true, because if I think about it, only in recent years we've been saying, okay, all the time we used to say we have to protect our girls. But I mean, I'm saying we have to protect our girls, right? And only in recent years you hear saying, no, you have to protect even your boys.
Yeah.
But this been happening as long as girls been abused, boys have been abused just the same. But I never had it in my head that was happening.
Yeah, boys.
Until very recent years. So, because it just was not spoken about.
Because
You know?
there was this guy, this 14-year-old guy. He says he was sexually abused by his mother since he 3 years. Come on, man, as 3-year-old child
By your mother. I
until
mean,
he
this
was
is as
14.
bad as a father, you know, doing it to his daughter.
And then it have some people that they come in and look after your boy children, and they actually practically doing wrong thing to them, and they go to school and say, "Oh my God, like my babysitter, I am doing this to my babysitter," and the rest of kids don't know better. Yeah, yeah, man, yeah. Oh my God, you're a cool guy. You're cool. No, he's not. He's been sexually abused. He's not a cool guy until he get to the age and understand. Oh my God, you mean, oh my gosh. And then now he starts to withdraw and slow down because he heard something. He hears
Yeah,
somebody say that is abuse. He heard somebody say something. So he kind of curling in his shell now to say, oh my gosh.
yeah, that's
And then he
right.
starts to feel scornful. He starts to feel disgusting. I mean, men go through and you hear ladies, I hate this word. When a woman call a man a dog, when I hear those words, I'm taking that case on head on. Because if you know you're going to sleep with an animal, it's only obviously you're going to breed puppies. So what do you want? Like, I get so thirsty when I hear certain words. I personally take it on and I just going to ask them a question.
Yeah.
You don't call a man a dog. A man is already hurting. If you cannot walk beside him, shut up. If you cannot walk alongside him, shut your mouth. They have
I remember at one time having to, and I was in a friend's house and hearing the things that you were saying, and I had to call her on the side and said, okay, you're saying all these things. Are you through with him? Are you guys finished? And if no, if you know you're gonna, why are you telling him those things? Call him those names, and then you're gonna go back and lie with him again, you know? And that was just like a young, that was even before I had kids, you know? As a young person, just hearing them know that something was wrong with this here, you know what I mean? And saying that to her. And it was out in the United States, not even here. You
women
know?
must belong on so many levels, and I think immaturity have a lot to do with us as ladies, as young girls, because we don't know. First of all, we don't apply biblical principles to ourselves at a very tender age. And people like to blame it. Well, my mother was not a Christian. Well, listen to me, my parents was not a Christian. I was the only Christian there in the house. And they like to play the blame game and say, well, if I know. When a young girl grow up yeah, and the mother only know just her and the daughter would learn everything that the mother do. She'll pattern everything until they become a man in the house. So when she grew up, she become dominant in her own house. Or you can't tell me what to do. I'll do it on my terms. Don't do this because I don't like it, and don't do this. If people would only understand when the Bible says two become one, they mean there's two bags that we carry in, it become one. Let me know what is inside your bag so I could know how to treat you tender. And let me show you what is inside my bag. Because the Bible says, treat her according to knowledge. If you don't know me, you can't treat me according to knowledge. If I don't know you, I can't treat you according to knowledge. And we all got to come to that place and learn to respect people. When you know what will cause that person to withdraw, what would cause this person to do this, what will cause that, you sit and you talk. But some men don't talk. They don't talk. You're married to a man like for 99 years and you never know what make him tick. They have some men like that. They just gun themselves and they say, you know what, I'm not going to tell you. Next thing you throw it back in my face. But if I
Yeah,
don't know, I can't help you.
yeah. I think that's what it is to afraid that, you know, you when you're quarreling and stuff,
Yeah.
you know, slap that back in the faces. Hi Doris, good night.
Hi, Teresa. Good
How
night.
you
How
doing?
are you doing?
I see you got the memo. Texting, get it.
Oh no, because I was wearing this dress and then I just put my half sweater over my dress.
I was wondering.
There, 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 there,
I
there,
just got it. See.
there. You can't talk about me, no. There. You see the red?
Okay. Okay, sorry.
Oh, the flowers. Flowers. Between the pink, there is red. There's a red piece right there. Right, I got it. So today, Doris, I was telling Teresa about wine. Yeah. And Doris only know the name of wine. I thought I thought Doris was a hero. Doris only know the name of wine. That's all she know. Well, I learned a lot today. And Elaine says how she used to make wine when she was back home, but then since she moved from Grenada to up here, she don't make wine anymore. And then Elaine started coming out with guava wine, fruit wine, this wine. I said, what? So I'm gonna have to go and put some wine in bottles, some mango in bottle, and hope it turn mango wine. Because this,
Then I'll make a visit to Canada. Whoa.
I'll
Well,
be on
let's go to
CNN.
the next wine.
So I'm gonna just buy some mangoes, the same mango, the same type, cut it up small, put it in a bottle, and leave it in the fridge. How much for 21 days? And then I have wine. I'll call John. John gonna have a sip.
John gonna be the taster.
Yeah.
There is an ad about almond milk, and the little kid says, I'm only testing. I'm there to test the product or something like that. So everybody have their work to do, but she's only to test the product. Every time I hear it, I laugh. So that's what John's gonna do: test the product.
Yeah, it's gonna be testing it, and then I'm gonna make cantaloupe wine, and I'm gonna make what's the name of it? Watermelon wine. So John
Okay.
and Doris is gonna be moving to Canada for the summer, so she's gonna be the tester. Anything happens to them, just call the cops. Hi Doris, good night.
Hey, good night. But I heard Teresa talking about the wine tasting. Her text, it's very nice going to the winery. We have wine here. We have one here. And we go during the summer. And we go, they have the seafood festival. They have the wine tasting. You get to taste all the wines for free.
Okay.
And it's so and it's so good. We greedy. We go, we eat, and then we go back again in the line and go and taste some more.
I thought that Doris really loved me, right? Because she showed that she loved me. If I am loud here now, could you imagine me? Me going in the government places, in the public out there and taste wine. Know what's gonna happen? You'd only see me just skipping with one handcuff. They're gonna say, well, she didn't do anything, but we put her in the cell for 42 hours. No, it's okay. It's okay. I am doing like this.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, man. Nice wines.
Yeah, there is some nice wine, Tex,
Yeah.
and there is some wine that have very low alcohol.
Content. Yeah.
Yeah, in it.
I think I had this hibiscus one. It was really, really nice, smooth, very, very nice. I have a bottle on the table now, Tex. I'll save it for when you come to Grenada. Somebody gave me another bottle of wine. It's on the table in the bag still for my birthday. So I'll save it for when you come to Grenada.
Yeah. Just look for me in the news, Doris. That's all. Just say, oh, I know her. Just set her back up. She's fine. If I'm eating chocolate, just, the Kit Kat and chocolate. If I just take one peg of that and I stick it in my mouth, whole evening, I cannot come on the air and will be laughing, can form a sentence. So could you imagine alcohol? What it's gonna do to me? No, it's okay. Mm-mm.
Oh, God.
Mm, 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 mm.
I
Mhm.
like to I like to have my little glass of wine every so often, you know. Oh, and
Yeah.
champagne. Oh, mm, I love my champagne.
Doris champagne.
Yes.
There's a police gonna come for you. Be careful. Please don't go outside your house.
Isn't champagne have a even lesser alcohol content than wines? Is it, Doris?
It depends. Some have lower, but I don't think so.
Okay.
Champagne have a certain percentage high enough.
Like
Okay.
25?
No, not that high. Probably about 12.
I know it's just a more bubbly than the wine, but I thought it had a lesser alcohol content.
No, I think it
Not
contains
sure.
about 12%
I've never
alcohol or
checked.
something like that.
Okay.
Oh wow. It's okay.
Tex, I
Well,
remember the days when I used to get drunk on rum punch. I used to make my own rum punch.
what if you're getting drunk all?
Around Christmas,
Mhm.
as kids, we were just doing things.
Gemfm Family Day is August 13th.
Hmm?
Gemfm Family
Wow.
Day is
Okay.
August
August 13th. There's a
13th.
mosquito just playing in front of my face.
Oh, you better get
Okay.
it because
What fun things is happening for that?
that means that I have to see people that I don't know. I don't think I'm going.
Then you're going to get to
Is
know
it
them
is
then.
it in person? Is it in person?
It should be virtual. Virtual, I'm good. I can talk.
Yeah.
Virtual is good. I can talk. When it's not virtual, I hide behind people. I don't know why I'm so shy to meet people. But here, I'm
Oh,
good. I talk up a storm here. I laugh a lot. But to go outside, yeah, I become an introvert.
all right. Doris will come up to hold your hands and be at your side. Right, Doris?
She's moving up. She's moving up. I think on that same day, she's moving up in August.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Tex been campaigning for my move to Canada. She even volunteered John to build my house and where he's going to build it.
Okay. 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 I hope it's next to that lake, that nice lake she was
Exactly.
yeah.
That's the spot.
Then my cousins and them say, Doris is a figment of your imagination. There's no Doris. This kind of
Really.
family that I have. And then family says, oh, say hi to Doris, for us. She is a person. She is not a figment of my imagination.
Uh, okay.
So,
Mm-mm-mm.
last week, but what did we talk about? Experiencing the loneliness.
Yeah.
So based on
Goodness.
that conversation that I started there with a guy,
Mm-hmm.
how could one reach out to him in his stupor, like the smoking and the drinking? How could we get through to him to minister to him? I mean, it's gonna be like really, really hard because of Peter.
Because not only that, because he knows better and he's choosing to go down that road. That's the difficulty. I mean, it's only an intervention from God, really.
Yeah.
Not through not
Because
sure through who, but
could it be because of Peter that would make it twice harder for him?
that's what I'm saying. Because of yeah. I mean, he knows the word, he knows, that what he's doing is not what the word says.
Mhm.
Um, he's heard that much. Um, I was in a conversation today too where somebody is hurting from something that happened in the past too. Um, something happened, and the fact that, the story's been relayed so emotionally and raw to me, even though it happened some time ago. And I know I'm not the only person who heard the story. So it's like, like you're hurting so much that everybody you meet, you're gonna tell, what's happening, that kind of situation. And it's hard.
I don't think I want to continue with what Peter. I want to say what it is. So because there's a lot of people watching and I didn't know. So I just want to clear up the air because I don't want people think, oh my God, I missed something. Okay, so there was this guy and it's a certain guy. He was married. When he got married, he was a virgin, but the wife was not. And 2 years they could not get pregnant. And by praying, the leader, which is the pastor, pray with her, and she had some sessions and thing with the pastor. And part of the session, probably 2 years after, something happened between she and the pastor, and she got pregnant, and she had triplets. So all along the babies, Niam was there, and he is thinking, "Oh my God, I have three lovely kids, and I look after my children." Only to find out one of them got sick, and then when he brought them to hospital for him to give blood, whatever it is, he realized that one is not his. Then they checked the second one is not his, and the third one is not his. So he decided to ask the wife, "Well, Carol, what's the problem?" Lo and behold, she did not know that the children was the pastor own. So he's out there today drinking and smoking and it's on the street basically. So my question is, how can I help him? What help can I offer him? When I saw him today, I saw a hurting man. I saw beyond what he was wearing. I saw beyond the smell. And I said, can I have a hug? He says, nobody never hugged me. And then he came and he hugged me and he leaned his head on the shoulder and he keeps saying, 3 years, 3 years. And he just crying and crying. I mean, I had on a nice dress today, but yeah, he just keep crying and, my heart really go out and men like that, my heart just crushed for him and I want to help him, but I don't know yet where to turn because I don't just want to throw him for the wolf because of who the wife is was pregnant for or who the children father is, because that's going to be a whole line of story and you have to, and I didn't ask the question who the father is to protect my own self. So I did not ask. I just say, just God is good, man. He says, I don't know. I don't know.
So Tex, well, I guess did the wife left him or he left the wife because she got pregnant for somebody else?
Not pregnant. She had the children. The children is 3 years old.
Okay, I think you said that he found out they weren't his kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Was that the story?
Yeah.
Okay. And how old are the kids after 3 years? 3?
One got sick.
So he was looking after his kids as his own because he thought they were his kids at the time.
And
so
he can't go back home because they don't want him there.
Oh, so they don't want him there. So he left them. Is that correct?
Well, he can't go back there. They lock him out.
So they put him out. Oh, they start with the fireworks. I hate that. It's scary. That's why I look like that. You hear that boom, and the first, you jump. and I have some neighbors that like 2 a.m. in the morning, they've been popping fireworks, and it sounds like it's right inside of your house and outside your window.
At 2 in the morning.
I remember after 4th of July.
Here they stop at 12.
They do that. They don't respect the other people. And after 4th of July, whatever they have left over, in the middle of it, after that, they does it and then it scare you because sometimes it sounds like a gunshot. So you don't really know the difference and it scares you because it sounds like it's right at your neighbor's house but it's on the other side of the street. So they don't respect that. So now they started.
And you can't call the police?
No, because of the 4th of July is allowed. After the 4th of July, the time has passed, they're not supposed to be using fireworks after that. But they still do because, you know, nobody know who it is. They do it and, you know, because it's in, you're not sure. I mean, you could look and see where it's coming from, but you still can't tell exactly which house because they go depend on where they do it. It looked like it could be from any house in between that area.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but that's okay. You just get used to it. I remember last year, 4th of July, something scared me to death. I guess with all the fireworks, they never let the dog out for some reason. And I guess the dog got scared. The dog comes scratching my door like somebody was trying to open my door.
Oh no.
And you know, and the thing, and he wouldn't go away, and he was turn on the light and stuff. So, and he just there, like, you know, and he sounded like somebody was trying to turn the lock. He probably was trying to stand up because it's a small dog. So it feel like somebody was opening the door. And then, you know, so I'm hearing that and scaring the heck out of me with all of that out there. And I'm like, why would they never? So I did call the police. I tell them there is something outside my door and it's not going away. It sounds like somebody trying to open my door. So when they came, they saw the dog run. I guess when the police came and he saw the lights and he come out, so they picked the dog up and he said, "Is that your dog?" And I said, "No." And he said, "It's probably the dog that was scratching the door because he got scared and he thought he was in the house." I said, "You're telling me that little dog scared the daylights out of me like somebody was trying to open my door?"
Yeah, because the dog is scared.
The dog got scared.
Oh gosh.
But don't let your dog outside in the middle of that because the fireworks is so loud and so everywhere. The poor dog got scared. And then my neighbor next door, probably it was the neighbor next door. So the dog came to my door instead and scratching because he wanted to get in. But I don't know that because it sounded like somebody was fiddling with my door. So here we go again. 4th of July is coming. So yeah, but getting back to the man. So they put him out.
All Grenadians are afraid of dogs. I don't know which one that is not scared. My mom had a whole set of dogs. I have no idea. I scaled the wall to come up and go down. Yeah, Doris, that's good.
Yeah. So then is the children, so is she living, is the children father living with the mother?
Guns. Sorry, I thought you said dogs. Guns. I beg your pardon?
Is the children father living with them now?
I'm not sure. To be on the safe side, I'm not sure. But I only know that he's not allowed there. So I assumed probably because they are paying the rent, he cannot live there.
So then he wasn't contributing or he wasn't
working. He has his own company. He just had to close down. He lost everything.
Oh boy.
And that's his first love, huh?
And that's a tough thing to deal with, especially you know, finding out that your first love, your children, and they're not yours. It's a hard blow, but I think the toughest thing is that even though that would hurt anybody, and if the wife don't understand that and not willing to give him time to deal with that, you as a wife have to understand. A man finding out that you cheated on him, and not only cheated, that the kids that he was caring for, that you carried for 9 months, come to find out it's not his children. And then you decide to act like though it was his fault or he did something wrong. You are the one that go, they slept with another man, get pregnant, and have children for him. So you shouldn't blame the man. You should try to be more understanding because you are the one that did wrong. But this is the thing about humans. many not willing to accept what they do wrong and always blame somebody else for the wrongs that they done. So that is a difficult thing. And when somebody, especially a man, who really and truly loves a woman, and they hurt him, and and in such a way, it's a hard thing for it to get over, especially when that woman, treat them such a way, like they did something wrong to them. And we don't know. I mean, he could have had faults, there could have been problems, but we don't know. But still, cheating is one thing, but having children is another thing. The question is, did she know the children were autistic? And how did they find out? Did he say how they find out?
One child one child got sick, and he had to give blood and find out
He's not the
a
father.
match. And then they brought the second child. Is not a match with him. Then the third child, they're not a match with him. I just give God thanks because that man didn't just fall and go into the mental institution.
Or did
Yeah.
something very violent to her. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, you're right. And because some man wouldn't take, this is why we have seen so much horror stories about men who chop their wife heads out, who did certain things when they find out certain, thing like that. And I've seen story not too long ago, a few months ago, when that man in Jamaica just cut his wife head out. Just cut it
And
out.
everybody would look at him bad and not know the trauma that he just been through. Sometimes
But
when we hear things, just think of the trauma that the person been through, even though it's wrong to just kill a person, but you don't know, like when you get sudden news, it changes your whole thought process, and all you see is red because the anger is so severe and you're so traumatized. Because I've been watching a whole sort of like criminal shows, those kind of shows. I love watching them. Why? I don't know. Investigation, how soon they can catch the man, and I'll stand up in the chair and I'll say, blood of Jesus, and not knowing is taking on an text. Did you drink something? So so you watch these kind of shows and you say, oh God, he didn't have to do it, but you don't know what he's feeling on the inside. Betrayal is something that can cause you to go nuts.
yeah, this is why most time you hear lawyers use the most common thing in cases like that, temporary insanity, because of the trauma they feel at that time. And they didn't think, they just act because they just lost it for that moment. Because, when you trust somebody, you have that confidence in them. You trust them with your heart and soul because you believe everything is okay. And, and then that come and hit you. You just lose it for that moment. And, it's sad that some people turn to that. They think killing that person is the solution to the problem. And, people just lose it. And this is why people, some of them go, when they get that temporary insanity, they kill their wife or their husbands, that stays with them. Some of them never recover. They never recover from the trauma. Not too long, some months back, a gentleman in Rose Hill did the same thing. Well, he didn't kill the woman. He hung himself because he found out that all the children that they have, none of them were his. And he chose to commit suicide. He didn't hurt her, but I guess for him, he was so hurt, he was so disappointed, he decided that taking his life was the solution.
Yeah.
But
since it make really to live. Well, when you hear those kind of news, like you ask yourself, what's the sense? I mean, I put in all this and this is what I get to the end. Like, what's the sense, Poor thing.
Yes, and it's sad when people turn to that level. But in life, there are people who just that they're so emotional. They take love that they love so deeply that when something happens, They rather to either take that person's life or take their life and say, well, if I can't have you, nobody can have you. And some of them do that and go to jail and sit for the rest of their life. So does that make sense? Killing that person and then you're in jail for the rest of your life?
But the thing is,
But like you said, it's temporary insanity. I mean, at the time,
but some of them take their own life after, so they don't leave to go to jail.
It's the same thing too, because I mean, you know, it could go either way, you know what I mean? Take that life or mine. I can't live with the shame. I can't live with this, you know, disappointment. I can't live with that, you know, and that's all they see at the time. Like Tech say, you know, they just see red. But from a biblical point of view, I mean, I have to say, thank God that he is the ultimate judge, because, you know, we might sit here now and say, well, that person for sure hellbound, but probably God in his mercy and grace, I don't know.
we gotta sorry. We gotta understand and put things into perspective. Just as how a woman have emotional needs, a man have that needs. Just as how a woman want to be touched, a man want to be touched. Everything that you feel as a woman, a man want the same feelings. So instead of we dog him and he don't know how to express himself because he's been mentally men really go through mental abuse at a very tender age. And a lot of us as ladies, we don't take those feelings into consideration. We figure, okay, he's a man, he's big and strong. What's about his feelings, his emotional needs? Like, when do we sit back and put ourselves last and say, well, how can I help you? Emotionally, how can I help you? Mentally, how can I help you? We wait until that and they get into mental homes, and then we say, oh my God, please pray for my husband because he's in a mental home. Pray for him because he gone to prison. Like what? Men need to talk out. There is so much help. I keep saying the same thing over and over. There is so much help for men, but the ego would not settle down. The ego would not come down to say, I need help. You have some men, or before you could ask them, here comes the waterworks. Then we judge them. They have feelings, they're human beings. They understand, okay, my head hurts. They understand I need a touch. They understand I need a hug. They're human beings. But I think that we treat them as abstract, like nothing. When would they come? Like this program is open for men. Men hurt twice more than ladies. And do you guys know that men suffer with low self-esteem? That's why they have this ego trip. They suffer from low self-esteem. You have to always tell a man, my God, you looking good. You look handsome. With a woman, she already know her place. Those nails is done, those handbags is on, and stiletto is on. She know her place. She just swagging it nice. But with a man, you have to constantly boost him. You look good. That look very nice on you. And you see the smile. I don't know how else we can help men, but we just trying. It's up to them now to come out and say, well, yes, I need help. It's not every woman that is here to dog you out. Not every woman. There's a lot of ladies that want to hear why men hurt. We start off good with you and you just not coming back in. So we just got to talk here until you come in, I guess.
The thing about it is that, like this man you're talking about, many of us, not everyone, when we see a man on the street, you know, people call them a bum, people call them a this, they call them like that. Yeah, they're homeless. But the thing about it is, like you said, no one understands how and why that happened to that person. People who was upscale, who was up there, had everything. But no one knows the circumstances unless you hear the story. I know someone from Grenada, from a rich family, had everything, upscale, a teacher, And he came to New York. And when he told me that he was homeless at one time, living in a shelter, I was shocked. Knowing from the family he come from, had money, had a shop, had a, they come from overseas, had a builder, acres of land, house, a shop. And he being a teacher in McDonald College. And, he had everything going for him. And then he came into New York, and I guess maybe he lost his job, hard times came. And sometimes when you don't have anybody to help you, and a lot of times when you get in those situations, families are the one that turn their back on you. And then, so he ended up in a homeless shelter. So we don't understand the circumstances. Sometimes we could be on top. That's why we must not look down on people when we have something, or we're more fortunate or have a little more than they do, because we could be in the same position. And sadly, so many people don't look at that. They think when they're up there and they have everything, they're better than everybody else. They want to cut style on people, look down on people, and, talk about them. Like you see a man on the street and they'll turn their eyes on them. And, and wouldn't even say, well, that person must be hungry. They ask, begging for something. Let me give them $1, whether you don't have enough. For them, 25 cents or whatever little you give them means everything to them, because they don't have.
Oh.
And people can understand that. So, people must not, and trust me, many do that. We have things here that at one time in Florida here, there were teenagers going and beating the homeless people, attacking the homeless people on the streets.
Oh.
And that they don't bother them. They just find some place to sleep and just to have their head down at night and rest. And then you go in troubling the people, provoking them, teasing them, taunting them, hit them, and and doing this kind of things. But when they don't do that, they don't understand the power of God, and they don't understand what goes around comes around. So don't think because you're on top today that you can't get to the bottom. Because when we think we're better than people, and we don't realize we get there because of the help of God, and because achieve what we have because of God's blessing, and we be ungrateful. Sometimes God put you right back down from where you started to show you're ungrateful. You must not look down on others or treat them because you were the ones too. So we must not forget where we was, where we came from, and how we get where we are. And many people do that. And it saddens me because, people think, look, a little kindness goes a long way. So, when you see somebody struggling or help, if they come to you, and a lot of people have, they can afford or they can do something to help, but they just, what they say is that, oh, well, why you didn't do this? Why you didn't do that? You could do this. Like you might see a young one's, like I see younger men begging by the road. They're not old. They look healthy. They could walk, but they're begging. But we don't know the circumstances why they are begging.
Yeah.
Some of them have children. Because you know what? Sometimes they're looking for a job, but nobody is giving them a job because they're not experienced, so they don't have. Just like with Justin, the Prime Minister. You know what everybody thought was? He will not win that election because he's young, he's inexperienced, and he don't have nobody. We have to start somewhere. We all start a job by getting experience one place and move up the ladder. We didn't just start with experience. Even though when you come from college with a degree in your hand, you have no experience. So if nobody gives you a chance, how would you progress or how would you get ahead?
That's true. That's true.
So, it's people don't, people, and, I think people don't think about that. Logically, people just don't think about that. But you learn that most of the people that really think or look at it that way is people who is in the Christian faith, who believe in God and trust. They look at things in a different light. Opposed to, many people who, I'm not saying they don't know God, they don't believe, but they don't know the kindness of God and the kindness of sharing with somebody else or helping somebody else in need. Because you must always look at it. You could be in that place one day too.
Man, it just take one paycheck. Miss one paycheck and the second one, because if you miss one paycheck, that means that you have your last month in. If you have a mortgage, you have 3 months. Your last month, which is a warning, and from the bank, you get what, 30 days to pay. If not, you put your house up for sale, you have 3 months saved. You could live at least for that 3 months. After, you're on the road. Simple. If you're renting a house, you have your last month cash in, so that's fine. After that, you better take high woods. It's just a paycheck away, and I don't know why people figure they're so on top. We all one paycheck and you're out. If you don't have 6 months money saved up in that bank, 1 month payment, you're on your own. You miss that car note, and you'll know. They give you okay, so some people take the first and last, but then you have that month that's coming, you better put that keys down.
Mhm.
So people come to North America, and I can tell people when I go home, I said, don't forget I have money, You come and ask me because you see me. I'm struggling out there worse than you. You guys have all the fruits on the tree. We have nothing. We have to pay for everything. Yeah, but when you guys come down, it's gold. I said, listen, let me tell you something. You better keep that eyes of yours open. It's nail polish. You see gold? It's not gold that they have. They take clear nail polish. Let me tell all you. And I'm talking loud on the bus because they're taking the bus. Don't study them. Don't study none of us. We get one 50 cents chain from some Chinese shop. We get clear nail polish. We polish it. You see, watch us when we go in on the beach. Everything is off. Why? Because the nail polish is gonna come off. Oh my God! One lady started laughing, but she said, "Oh, because you don't have to say that." No, well, I have to tell you guys, everything we want, we buy. Here, you don't have to buy. And some of us,
They'll give you a breadfruit for the oil down. Somebody else will give you the coconut. You can make a whole oil down for you.
you see what I'm saying now? See what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, everything is
Travel.
buy. Everything is buy. If you're out there, you want some water, you have to go buy a bottle of water.
Yeah.
Oh, as Ken is here, Ken said one time he was given a joke. I'm in church. He said, "I'm when you're back home and you just ask somebody, you have some cold water there?" And the person may say, "Yes." Yeah, lime. The person says, "Okay, just squeeze it in it. You have some sugar?" I just squeeze it. He said, "One time they get juice."
My goodness, I never thought of that.
The first time I hear that, I never forget that. I never forget that. I say it all the time. All the
Oh
time.
my goodness.
Get some water,
The-
some cold water.
I think the most famous drink was sweet water. When I was small and they give me food, don't give me, I want my sweet water, I want nothing else. I want sweet water with my food.
When he had this joke, I always remember that joke. Eh? I don't remember what age I was, but I was sent to my biological mom to spend a few days, and she had a baby. And she making tea for her baby. I want tea because I accustomed getting tea at my house, right? So she said, go downstairs and there is hot water. No, I can't remember if it was hot water or cold water, whatever, but it had sugar there to put some water in the cup. But she sent me to do it for myself because she's feeding the baby, taking care of the baby. And it was white sugar. I accustomed getting brown tea. I don't know. And well, then he told me later on it was, she used to make chocolate tea for us. All I know is brown tea, and I think it is sugar making it brown. So I keep adding sugar into this water, and it wouldn't get brown. I'm crying by this time because the tea not getting brown. Use all the little bit of sugar. Trying to get this brown tea, She had to send me back home the next day,
No, man, you're costing her too much, man.
First of all, you want tea, a big girl, you want tea. And next thing, putting all the sugar into this. And I taste nothing, just put in because the tea had to get brown.
Yeah, man.
Since my godmother explained to me that it's chocolate she used to make for us as a rum, not the sugar.
You're causing her to what? Go home, man. Go home and I'm wasting my own. What kind of thing is this?
Oh Lord, that was the sweet water thing, yes. Yes, boy.
Okay, but thanks. We
Life is good.
exactly at 9:27. This is where I want this. This is so awesome. And let us start to invite men, talk to men, talk to them. Let's try to bring them in and see if they can talk.
The thing about men text, men, it's a let's see. There are some men who like to talk, but women will talk. Women will open up easy because they like to see what's on their mind. But getting a man to talk is a difficulty because men like to keep things bottled up. First of all, they feel if they talk to a
That's
woman
not
and tell
true.
them,
That's not true because if they're married, they're introvert in the house. When they go outside, they're extrovert. How come they're getting yeah, I'm ladies out, I'm out there. They're not quiet. They know
but
exactly
they do
what
that outside though. But with the spouse or the partner, it's a different thing
Yeah,
because they don't
but
want
then
them.
what they talk about outside too, not the things that are hurting them.
Well, they could talk with their friends about that because when they're out there, they talk about the girlfriend, they talk about the wives, they talk about the problem, they're troublesome, they're annoying, what they do, what we don't do with them and
Right.
friends,
All that is to cover up what they're hurting about inside. You know what
but
I
they won't
mean? So
tell
they talk about
you.
it for the person.
Exactly. That's why I say it's hard to get them to open up and come out and tell you,
Yeah.
well, look, because they're afraid you're going to get mad, you're going to be upset with them. Or if they have a problem with themselves, like people who suffer with certain issues, I think that they feel if they tell you, you're going to look them in a different way. I think one of men biggest things too, especially we hear about mental health, that they're afraid that the wife or the girlfriend is going to leave them because of the stigmatization, that they go look at them less, or they go look at them as a problem, or they might be scared because we see so much and read so much about people with mental health and different ways, different outcomes, different things.
I'm to reach out to this guy because I know he used to have. I'm not too sure for presently now. He used to have a mental health, and I would go down there, and we'll sit down and talk, and it's like nothing. We'll and the wife say, "Oh, you don't want to go at the doctor," and I, you know what? Let's shower. We gotta go by the doctor. We just gotta go. Why? Just shower, shower, shower. Go, 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 go. And he would go, and I'll take him by the doctor, and then drop him back, and then he will talk to me, and he will talk a long, long, long time. Sometimes the things that he's saying, you don't know what he means or what he talking about, but you just say yes. I find too much of ladies like to if somebody says something and you know they ain't well, you don't have to tell them, well, that's not how it happened. Just say, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, when they get better now, then you say, well, you said some things that was not thing. Let's not do it again. But you don't have to correct them in their condition. I don't believe in correcting somebody when they're sick. Now, if they say something off, I don't believe in correcting them. I just feel just go along with them until they get a little better, and then in the feeling betterness, then you talk to them.
Yeah, because when they're going through a problem, they don't want you to fix the problem. They need a listening ear. They need somebody to listen, show them some compassion, let them know they understand what they're going through instead of being critical or trying to tell them what to do and how to do it. They just want, basically when somebody's going through those kind of thing, all they need is some love, understanding,
Oh
some
yeah,
compassion, just to listen.
oh yeah.
A listening ear.
And it's a pleasure for somebody to choose you to talk to you in their downtime, especially a man. It's a privilege to sit before somebody and they will empty their stomach out to you, whether depression, mental illness, whether suicide thoughts, whether marital issue. It's an honor. So I don't know why sometimes when you tell somebody something that you tell them in a moment of your weakness, you tell them something in confidence, and then they use that to pass it on to other people. Probably it's just me. I don't understand. If somebody tell me something in the weak moment, I leave it there because that's in the weak moment. When they get better now we kind of talk. Well, you told me that, but it is not something to broadcast. If somebody tell you something about the issues, was that my internet that's saying unstable? You're kidding me? Oh no. Okay, so when if they tell you something about your marital issue, you keep it to yourself. There's no need to go tell Tom, Dick, and Harry. If somebody come and tell you, well, I have problem with sex problem, keep it, keep it, keep it. Pray for the person. Go on your knees because it's a privilege. Somebody trusts you and they tell you something, but then you using it as Lala shop to tell everybody. It's not good. I despise people that that talk.
And that's the problem, Tex. Because of other people who does that, it makes it
Yeah.
difficult for men to speak. Because you know they say, oh, women talk too much. They talk,
Yeah,
they tell everything.
I despise them. I despise them. If I come to tell you something secret and I know you tell my secret out, I'm just watching you like this. You know the conversation is off. You know there is no way you could pick up that phone and call me. I'm not going to tell you nothing wrong, but I'll watch the number and then I'll put my gaze this way. You call me a second time, I will answer you, but pray that I'm in a good mood. Because when I answer the phone, you just know the tone that I answer it with, very loud, mean don't even say what you call for.
And you're right, Tex, because do you know how much it takes for a man when they're going through any kind of issue, mental, personal, marital, and they choose you as a friend to have confidence in and talk to about it. And then you betray them by going and tell another friend who then spreads it around. And then that's why it's so hard for men to trust somebody. They have to get to really know them well, build that confidence and know, well, I can trust you. If somebody tell you something and they say, that's just between me and you, and even though they didn't tell you that, that person trusts you with the personal business, you should not take it and go tell anyone else. That's not their business. That's you and that person business.
I
And it's very
trusted
hard to
four,
find that.
I trusted four people. And I thought those four people was people that is confidential because that's how I see them. And today I regret even knowing them. That's how far that I will take that. If you do that to me, there is nothing that you can tell me that I'll smile again. Well, that with you. And don't ever try to befriend me because I tell you guys already, I hide nothing. I hold nothing back. I'll tell you exactly how I feel. And it's up to you after to dare to say hi to me.
I
That's
was
what
in a situation one time where um, both the husband and the wife was talking to me in confidence. Up to today, neither know what the other has said to me. When it was becoming a little bit too much for me, I recommended a counselor to them. And I know that they did start with the counselor. I don't know how far they got or whatever, whatever. But, because I mean, now the pressure was on me and I was like, okay, I think I've gone as far. And I said to that individually to them, I think I've gone as far as I can, listening and whatever. No, I think you guys really need counseling individually and collectively. And I know that they had eventually done some counseling. Yeah. But I did not even break that thing to go and say, well, he told me this or she told me this. Mm-mm. And they were the husband and wife that was telling me. So they had, there are times when we just have to
Hold your tongue.
there's so many things that I'm holding. I know I just would, and I don't care how much years pass, I just would not repeat what was said
Exactly.
to me. That's it.
God called me to this place here. You know how much people that call me and talk to me? People that I don't even self know and call me and talk to me. And it's in my stomach. There's no need to broadcast it because not my business. They just need an extra outlet. That's all they need. When I finish, hear what you're saying. I just take my fingers and I wash my hands and I say, Father, and so let it go away in Jesus' name. I don't keep nothing because I don't want anything to make me start to feel down because I'm thinking about this person, I'm thinking about that person. I wash my hands and that's it. You tell me, it just go in and out. And then I go sing or pray or do something to release myself because I'm not taking on nobody problem. I'm too old, I come too far in life and the blessings of God to sit and murmur over what this person think about me. Frankly, I don't care. What people think about me. That's when I didn't know myself. Now you have the right to talk about me. Please do it because it's because of you I'm here. I want you to know. So please don't ever stop because for you to take your time out to speak bad about me, it takes a lot for people to sit down and to bring a crowd together. You think it's easy to bring 5 people together to talk about somebody? My God, it's an honor and privilege. Please do it to me over and over and let me know. So sending me closer to the cross. That's all you're doing. Such a wonderful thing. Glory to God. I love me. That's all I'm gonna say. And no one is gonna take it away from me. I come too far in life. The devil had an opportunity. All these years of sickness, he had it. He had it. He could have said, "How?" He missed the opportunity. I'm 59. Glory to God. Just want the devil to know that. Hallelujah. Well, we give God thanks and praise. It is 9:38 and we're rounding up now. So anything that we say now is based on what we have said before. Because at 10, 10 to 10, we should be saying amen here.
Yep, yep. Well, my thing is like, treat people, yeah, but treat others the way you would like to be treated. Don't treat people, because for me, what I don't like for myself, I don't like for others. If I am not going to do something or I feel something is not right for me, I am not going to encourage you or tell you to do it. I'll tell you exactly, look, I wouldn't do that, or I don't think that is right. But it's your choice. At the end of the day, you can say, I did not tell you. But if I know something that is going to hurt you or something is wrong, and I didn't tell you, especially as a friend, then what kind of friend am I? Some friends don't do that because they say, oh, she's not going to believe me or she's going to be mad with me. But at the end of the day, you know that that's really, really going to affect that person or hurt them. Do you want them to go ahead and do that knowing that you knew something and you could have said something, but you never did? For me, I would feel guilty because I would tell myself if I had said something, maybe that would have turned out differently.
Mm-hmm.
So don't do anything, or if you have to say something, don't think about they're going to be upset. There is a nice way you can find to tell somebody something without making it look malicious or bad. You think about it and let them know. Put yourself in there and say, look, I know this is that, blah, blah, blah. And, I'm going to tell you my take on that if it was me. And then you use that to your advantage. Makes, we back in Grenada say make sense out of nonsense. So you put it out there for someone. But at the end of the day, if they go out there and do that because you think they're making a mistake or it's going to hurt them or it's going to cause a problem for them, but they choose not to listen, then you could say, well, I'm sorry that this has happened, but I did tell you, I did warn you, but you went and do it anyway. So now how are you going to fix it? Whatever that situation may be. I'm just drawing a reference.
Mm-hmm.
So, we have to be considerate. Sometimes, we just look out for ourselves. We don't think about somebody else. I call that selfishness when you only think about yourself and you don't think about others, You try to be, but people are who they are. Um, People like to, and folks, the worst thing you can do, if you do something for someone, do it with a willing heart. If you're going to do it and you're going to go talk about it, we call it reproach. reproach that person. Don't do it, because that means you're not doing it with a good heart or a willing heart. When you give with a willing heart. Don't look out for don't look out for, that you're going to get it back or a reward. Just give and leave it to the hands of the Almighty. Because sometimes you get double times, triple times fold what you give. But a lot of times we give or we do something for a friend or family, and then as soon as something happens, we call turn and say, well, you're ungrateful, how did he do that for you and how did he do this for you? If you're going to give, don't look out. I've gotten to the point, and I'm talking from experience, from what I've seen from people, from family down to friends to others. When you do that, you're just setting up yourself, because then it bothers you, because as soon as something happens, she did, did he do this for me? They do that for me. I didn't do that for them, and look at, no. If you're going to do it, just do it and say, I'm doing it. I'm not looking for anything in return. I'm not looking for repayment or what. You do it with a willing heart. You give and just leave it there. The time will come back when you will receive much more than you give. It's not going to be from who you gave or help, but from somebody else. And I'm talking from experience. You do get, and it comes when you least expect it and when you need it, not before. So when you do for people, don't do it with expectations. If you're going to do that, don't do it. If you're going to worry about it, think about it. And as soon as you have an argument or a falling out with them, you talk about it and go tell all your friends, I did that for Tom, I did that for Mary. I helped Mary when Mary was here. And now look at how Mary acting herself. No, do it and do it in faith with God that you're doing this for that person, or I'm helping that person, and you don't expect nothing. Now, if they want to be ungrateful or they want to look at, that's up to them. That's between them and God. And that's between you and God, what you have done for that person. So, a lot of people do that. I hear it with my ears. They call them all kind of names. When did he this and when did he that? They forget me what he do this, forget me what he do that. No. If you're going to do it and just forget it. Don't look for, do it with expectation to get something back. Just give with a good heart and just leave it at that. And just, leave it there. God takes care of everything.
Amen.
So very, very, very wise words. But I'll just take the opposite end in that. Yes, when you do with a good heart, you're not expecting anything, whatever. But sometimes when those persons turn on you, it hurts, and it hurts bad. And if you're, especially non-Christians, they take it to heart, and so that's when they would start to lash out and say, well, I did for you when you were down and out, and no, I mean, that's your repayment to me, and it hurts them that badly. So just the opposite end of it, the same. But yeah, today I was. Go ahead.
Oh no, finish what you were saying.
Oh no, I was just continuing to say, today I was blessed by someone, very unexpectedly, just I went to do a couple errands, and then I was heading back to my car, and I stopped by a sister in faith, and just asking, let me see this, and what's the cost, and whatever. And that person just said to gift me, and I was like, no, I just want to know the thing. And I'm saying no. I mean, I'm just here to support your business. We support each other, whatever. Hello, forget about my business good. You don't worry about my business. I want to get. And she was determined, and I had to just in the end say, thank you very much. I'm very grateful, for God's blessing through you, and I had to accept it. And sometimes when like I said, it was unexpected or whatever, and so sometimes we do and we figure that we're doing so much, and we're not seeing, or we anticipate getting it back from the people we do for, and that's not going to be the case at all. From a totally different source that I never anticipated that. So often I don't know what it costs or whatever. I just said, I said, I just love you. I'm blessing you with this. So sometimes we do get it back from sources that is very unexpected. That should not mean that we're doing just to get, you know what I mean? We're doing it just, for God, because if his son did not go to that cross, where would either of us be, any of us be? So it's just, do good when you can. And not every time you'll be in a position to do. So sometimes just listening is, helping someone, just listening ear. They may just want to, share what's in them, and they listen, and then they'll turn around and tell you, oh, I'm so glad I was able to talk to you. And you feel like if you didn't even help them, but they felt that you helped them just by listening, making a little comment, here and there and whatever. So let's not grow weary in helping others, and, focusing on what God has really sent us here to do. Let's focus for our lives.
And just to touch a little on that, and years ago, I wouldn't say that, because back then this was the way, the way, and I could have said I was that people. So when you do something and help someone, and you would say, look at them, they're so ungrateful. They forget when I did this or when I did that. But I can say that now because of where I am, and with my getting to know God and walking in that realm and seeing things in a different light, with kindness and love for people, and people who are less fortunate, or people that are not, at a level where you are, or might need some help. We must remember, and I remember, that where I am now, that's not where I was years ago. And when you were there were people who were there for you, whether it's support, whether it's financial or anything else, but they were there for you and they help you climb that ladder. So now I'm looking at, if somebody's at that level where they need that help, and I can do something, whether it's talking, whether it's listening, whether it's doing whatever to help, then, I'm looking at that. I feel like if I can do something for someone or help someone, and I knowingly refuse, knowing that that person really need help, they're in a bad situation, and that I don't do it, I wouldn't stop thinking about it, thinking, but you know what, I could have done it, and asking myself, why didn't I do it? And feel like, that is not good in the sight of God. Because if somebody needs something, they really did, the struggles, and you could do it, but because, to me, that just looking at that, you're a mean person. You have it. You could afford it, whether it's food, whether it's a little money, whatever way you can assist. Because to me, I look at it is like, then you're deceiving God and you're lying. Because I always say and feel like God knows what's in our hearts. So whether it don't matter what we say, what we do, how we pretend, we know it. A lot of people does that. But at the end of the day, you could only do that to man, but you cannot pretend to God, because he's the only one that sees and know our true hearts. So when we lie and we tell, and we do that, so to me, I'm getting to the point where it's like, I feel that when you do things or you are deceitful or you deceive people and lie, for me personally, I just feel like, that with God, it's not right. And sometimes people say, Doris, you need to learn to say no sometimes. That may be true. But if I feel somebody, really needs something or they need help and I can't do it, I feel bad if I say no, because I'm thinking, oh my God, that person probably, I could have helped them and they need it, but I didn't. And, I just feel bad. And I feel like God going to punish me. Because, you say love others as we love ourselves. So we must help other people who are in need or in distress. And like you said, that's whether it's listening to them, giving them some advice, trying to, just trying to like listen and help them along the way to get to, like that man text talking about. What he need is guidance, counselor. Somebody try to make him see that what happened wasn't his fault, and what, and how painful and hurtful. You have to talk about it in order to get through that. Yeah. If he doesn't talk about it, accept it, and able to really talk and express how he feel, he's not going to get over it. And being on the streets, being homeless, have nobody, then he's not going to get over it. In order for he to help and text, if you see man, he said the only way that probably he could get is by visiting him, passing, giving him something to eat. If he needs some clothes, have a little conversation with him so that he can stay clean, start encouraging him. How we can get over that and making him see that there is still life and there is still hope, even though that happened to him. He can pick himself up, better himself, and move on. But that will take time because right now he's in a downhill spiral. He's not looking at. It's like he give up on life. He have no hope. So in order to do that, one person, all he need is one person. He don't need a crowd, or he don't need one person to just listen to him, show him some kindness, and show him that is not all there is to life, that he can recover from this and he can pick up his life and move on. You say he had a business, so he was a respectable man. But now he looked like that on the ground. Many is going to look down at him and just pass him straight and don't bother. But knowing his history and knowing it takes a special person to do that. And in order to do that, because where he is, like I'm telling you, it's going to take a lot for him to realize who he is, know his self-worth, make him know he's valuable, he's important, and he don't have to let that destroy his life. He can pick his life up. All he needs is a start. All he needs is a start to get back on his feet and to show him the way out of that pit where he is.
Well, I have somebody tonight going out there to look for him. So they have where he say he's gonna be at. So they're gonna go there and look for him. But up to now, I did that call at 5:30. So up to now, nobody got back to me. But I know they're gonna go out there and get him. I know they'll get him because I know the person that I call is through a place that I used to work, and they will and he will find place for him tonight if they find him in that same place where he tell me, because I asked him, where you gonna be tonight? If I have to come and drop some tea for you, I would like to come to drop some hot chocolate. So I didn't tell him I'll find help, because if I say that, he can go hide. So I said, where can I see you tonight if I want to come and drop a cup of tea for you? And then he says, okay, I will be this place. So at least when they reach there, they know, well, the lady send a cup of tea, and then that's the way how they'll talk to him and get him out of the streets.
And that will help him, because then if he's in there, they'll counsel you, they'll help you find a job, they'll try to get you back on your feet, and get you back to a normal, normal way of living, to get yourself and pick yourself up. So that's good. That's good.
He's very educated. You speak to him, by the way he's speaking, he's a very educated person. So, that he's gonna get help, and I know he's gonna get help by tomorrow. So they may call me and say, "Well, we have him," and then that way I say, "Okay." So I wash my hands, and I know it's the person that I tell. It's not just a regular person in Canada. It's one of those big guys. So I know they're gonna do their best. He's also a Christian person. So Christian gonna be helping a younger Christian, which is good, So they'll help him. It's painful, but these are the things that Gemfm do. They go out and they see people, and they can physically help. They'll find help. They'll find ways of helping. This woman from Montreal, she called yesterday. I was on the show, and she's so upset. Somebody, a man have your profile, he has your profile, but he's a scammer. I'm like, okay, what do I do? Check. But I checked me and the person that is now friends, and they're not on my my Facebook page. They're not on any one of the pages that I have. Oh, she went and she found out, who is he and what is he doing? And then lo and behold, it's a little boy, probably about 17 or 18 years old, but he portrayed himself as a man that's from the army, but he said he's a white man. And then when she started to talk to him now and make him trust her, then he opened up and said, I think he's 17 or 18 or 17 and 16. He's living in this part of the world, the part of the world. And he need help and he wants to come to North America. That's the kind of thing. So I just, what, because I don't have the person on my profile, I'm just here. So people just see me here. They want to add themselves to
Scammers, and they do it to especially women. I just happened to be flipping the channel with the TV at work today. Just looking at the weather and all of that. We had a weather system to pass through last night, and even this afternoon we had so much rain today. But I happened to bounce upon Dr. Phil, and he was talking to a woman who is sending money to this man. And her son is in war over this, sending money to this man that she don't even have a picture of, because he said he can't, he's in the Secret Service, and so he can't put his picture out there, he can't even send a picture. And Dr. Phil telling her that this is some young person sitting in a house in Nigeria trying to get all her money out of. And she's still trying to make excuses. Anyway, lots of scammers. Sometimes I go on my page and I see I have messages, right? But I can't open, when I go into my chat, there's no messages there. Close it back and it says that my chat have some messages. So you know that somebody clone your profile and with some illegal stuff. If you want to be online, those things gonna happen. I just trust that it would not be anything that would, put me in any legal situation.
They can do what they want. They can take my picture. They can do what they want with it. I'm covered under the blood of Jesus. So they can do what they want. They can say all manner of things. But as long as I don't accept them, they can say what they want. They're just viewers. And they have a right to talk.
Yeah, but what they do is they copy your profile and they use it and they send even to your friends. And they're like, but me and this person friend already, why they sending me a friend request again? You know what I mean? There's those fake profiles out there. And then sometimes they could put nasty things on it and then your friends see. I mean, I had friends already call me and tell me, I know you didn't send me a thing again and look at what is out there. So somebody's sending them friend requests. So they know it's not me, or they might see something on a profile and they say there's something on the profile, and no, that's not like you, So happen. I don't know if Facebook could clean them up. All right, it's a minute to 10.
Facebook sent something to me. The only thing I know you post is prayer.
Mm-hmm.
So they send a congratulations. So if anybody wants to go on my Facebook page and print and send anything, they only know is prayer. Prayer and Gemfm. That's all I post out. Or if I like some gospel songs. That's it. So anyway, it is on the dot. And I said anyway, and it went on the dot, is on the dot. So I'm gonna say thank you for everyone that come on. Ken Alexander is here. Elaine, you just come on, but it's okay. And Gemfm is here. T is here. And John said, I thought he was talking about dogs because
I saw a few people earlier on, but they're gone now.
And then John says, Grenadians don't afraid gun, they afraid rain.
Yeah. You should see us yesterday trying to get out and get home. Traffic jam all over the place, Today it was just like raining. Yeah. We're not afraid of guns, we're afraid of rain. They tell you people with guns out there and we're looking to see where or who has the gun. That started since during the revolution.
Oh.
I don't want to extend. Next time I'll tell you a little story about me in New York.
Okay.
With gunshot going.
Okay, so we give God thanks for everybody. And Jana, and her family, who is that? I don't know. And Doris.
And there's a Yulian Alexander saying good night. Good night, Yulian.
Yeah, she's our sweetheart. She's always on with us.
And Olivet.
Yeah, she's in a meeting. She finished now. She just probably tying up loose ends to come off. So anyway, guys, thank you for coming. T, thanks very much for being part of us. Doris, we miss you. Doris dump us on the 2:30 show. Just God is good. She's coming back on.
I'm kind of gone too, so sorry about that.
I know I'm your work hours, them not cause you to go, but my friend here, she just said, when the election, I didn't even see Doris' shadow. Doris was all about election. Forget you and everybody else. That was great. Doris was in Grenada. She traveled and she well support. Forget that. Doris didn't even sleeping at night until the election. When he win the election.
Hold on, let me see the finger, Doris. Let me see the finger.
The finger, the finger. I was show the ink already.
Oh my God.
As you said that text, sorry about Saturday when you guys was telling me to come on. I was going to, but let me tell you quick before we go off. My brother called me. And when he called me, I said, why you calling me and wake me up? I just wake up. He was like, hush. And so I'm like, who are you telling that? So he was like, look where I'm at. Well, look where I am. Boy standing there in the room with my mother, showed me my mother. Never tell me he was going home.
Oh no.
So that's why I didn't come on, because he was on the phone, me and him and my mother talking. So I said, you couldn't tell me that you're going down home. He was like, And so that was, so when he showed me the picture, I was like, he said, look, wash your mouth, look. And I see, show me my mother. I'm like, really?
Oh no, that was so nice. You would have gone down there and shake the prime minister. Well, it's a good thing that you didn't go, because you wouldn't even have know you have family ingredient. You're going to go straight to the prime minister house. So it's okay.
I'm telling you, I say you couldn't tell me you're going. I would have surely come down. And he got there the day before election.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
I know you would have voted.
You could say that again. I'm going up there, even though I register, going up and they say it's my right to vote. They say all I have to do is take an oath to vote. You could say you could vote. But I think you still had to be registered. But they said if you didn't or you had a problem, you can just say, well, I would like to take an oath. So once you swear it is like a legal thing and you sign the document, if you lied or you fought, you can go to jail. So,
well, I live here for 50 years and I want to vote. Anyway, it's now 4 after, and I promise at 10, this thing is going to shut down. So I want to say thank you again and bye, everybody. I'm on tomorrow morning at what time? 7:30, sometime 7:45. I'm just coming on. And then we on for 2:30, and then that's it. I know Michael George may come on tomorrow too, so I'm not too sure. So anyway, I'm saying hasta la vista. Friday is a holiday, so guess what? We are not here on Friday because Friday is a holiday for us, and then in America is July 4th. So there, 2 announcements. Bye-bye. Love.
All right.
yeah, love you
Bye-bye.
guys. Bye.
Good night.
Okay, bye-bye.